Billie Holiday was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 1915. Her original name was Eleanor Fagan, but later on she changed it to Billie Holiday.
When she was a little girl, she had a very rough childhood, raised by her aunt Eva Miller because of her mother weren't home most of the time. From she was 10 years old, she skipped school and got to the court. And then she was sent to the House of the Good Shepherd, a Catholic reform school, in 1925.
When her mother returned home in 1926, she found her daughter being raped by the neighbor Wilbur Rich. Rich was arrested. Officials placed the girl at the House Good Shepherd in protective custody as a state witness in the rape case. 1 year after, she got released and started running errands in a brothel, just to earn some money. In the same period, she started listening to Louis Armstrong and Bessie Smith.
In 1929, she joined her mother in Harlem, and their landlady owned a brothel, so they both worked there because they were in money need. Later on, she got caught, and then she went to prison in an age of 14. She was released later on the year. She started singing at various nightclubs in Harlem. She gave herself the artist name Billie Holiday. Billie from an actress she admired very much, Billie Dove, and Holiday from the musician Clarence Holiday, her probable father.
By the end of 1932, at the age of 17, Billie Holiday replaced the singer Monette Moose at a club. The producer John Hammond arranged for Holiday to make her recording debut at age 18 in November 1933, with Benny Goodman singing two songs, Your Mother's Son-in-Law and Riffin' the Scotch, which became her first hit. Riffin' the Scotch, released on November 11th, sold 5,000 copies. Hammond was quite impressed by Holiday's singing style. He said of her, "Her singing almost changed my music tastes and my musical life, because she was the first girl singer I'd come across who actually sang like an improvising jazz genius." Hammond compared Holiday favorably to Louis Armstrong, another famous jazz musician, and said she had a good sense of lyric content at her young age. Holiday is hitting the following years from now.
Holiday's mother, Sadie Fagan, opened a restaurant called Mom's Holiday. She used the money from her daughter. "I kept Mom busy and happy, and stopped her from worrying and watching over me," Holiday said. Fagan began to borrow a large amount from Holiday to support the restaurant. Holiday was happy to help, but soon she felt hard times herself. "I needed some money one night, and I knew Mom was sure to have some," she said. "So I walked in the restaurant like stockholder and asked. Mom turned me down flat. She wouldn't give me a cent." The two argued, and Holiday shouted angrily, "God bless the child that got his own," and stormed out. With Arthur Herzog, a pianist, she wrote a song based on the line, "God bless the child." "God Bless the Child" became Holiday's most popular and covered record.
She got married to trumpetist Jimmy Monroe in 1941. In the middle success, she started doing drugs. And on May 16, 1947, she was arrested for possessing narcotics in her New York apartment. During the trial, Holiday heard that the lawyer would not come to the trial to represent her. In plain English, that meant no one in the world was interested in looking out for me, she said. Later on, she went to Alderson Federal Prison Camp in West Virginia. While still married, she became involved with trumpeter Joe Guy, who was a drug dealer. She divorced Monroe in 1947 and also split with Guy.
She was released from prison about a year after because of her good behavior. That little period did not get away from her career. She performed for a sold-out crowd in New York City 11 days after her release. 1 year later, she got arrested again because of her drug abuse. By the end of the late 1950s, Holiday's drug abuse, drinking, and relationship with abusive men caused her to a bad health. Her later recordings showed the effect of a bad health on her voice as it grew coarse and no longer had the same vibration and charismatic sound.
She got married again to a mafia enforcer Louis McKay, who, like most of her men, were abusive and didn't have a good influence on her. In early 1959, Holiday had cirrhosis of the liver. She stopped drinking on doctor's orders, but soon relapsed. By May, she had lost 20 pounds and divorced Louis McKay.
Billie Holiday died in Metropolitan Hospital, New York City, on Friday, July 17, 1959, in bed, in which she had been arrested for illegal possession of narcotics a little more than a month before she laid ill. Drugs killed her, at an age of only 44. She died as a legend.